Hey everyone, Steve Cyros again, just showing you the third level, the top level up second, and then third level, fourth level. Gosh, that's where the top attic was that you could drive a truck through. This is more of a man portal. I'm down on the second level, and the first thing that's interesting is, see that it was tracked. So they had ore carts, and that tells you there's extensive workings. Because it was just more efficient to push carts full of material out than to try to hand carry it out. So once they got to a certain depth, they would track it like that and pull it out. But what it also shows you is, look, there's 8 feet of material there that have washed down. That's just natural erosion, sloughage they call it, that have come down. Every freeze thaw cycle cracks the rock, water runoff, snow, ice melt, whatnot, just over the decades has covered that up, and it's probably a day and a half's worth of work there to open that back up. But I'm pretty sure, by the way, look at that. There's a solid hanging wall of antimony. But let me see if I can get up here with you. I believe this is probably still open and I'm guessing accessible. Yeah, see that beam right there? That's kind of looking like a V. A cracked, that's got to be at least a 16 or maybe a 12-inch by 12-inch beam. That's not a good sign. So we may have to re-timber that just for safety. But it does look open. It is. And that looks like water in there. That's water. I don't know how deep you can see, but that goes as far as I can get an angle on the camera. Let me get the flashlight out. Sorry for the wiggle, I'm holding with one hand. Okay, here we go. Oh, I take it back. It's wide enough to drive a truck through. And there's the tracking. So yeah, that's a good 20 feet across, maybe 25. Sorry, I'm not even holding the camera. I don't know if you can see that. There's your tracking. That goes for, I'm going to bet, half a mile, just judging from the width of this, the amount of tracking. We'll have to see. I'm not going to go in there tonight by myself. About to get dark. And water, not a good sign, but we'll have to come back to this one and take you in. Hey everybody, one more for you. I think I said that before, but I'm at the lower level. And for sure now I'm convinced 100% we're looking at a stamp mill, and that by itself is fascinating. But there's all kinds of ducting. By the way, there's the big belt that probably ran that was probably a replacement belt, because it looks brand new, even though it looks like it's 70 years old. It is brand new, 70-year-old. But that's what, and look at this cable. So what you had here, ducting barrels, they were roasting material. They were running a compressor. That's probably the air line. There's a water line over here. And if you remember the last video I shot, I was standing on that third level. Give you a view of the whole site. Up top here on the top level was the main adit. And this one that was filled with water, I didn't get in tonight, but I will. And then down here we had this material, looked like crushed rock, because frankly it is crushed rock. So that's what they did here, is they took those big pieces, of course that's all the tailings, the waste rock, but they made little pieces. So see if I can show you one of the looks like, if you remember that hopper, that bin, that might have been actually an ore cart. It's still here. It's pretty big. That tells you that this was a large operation. Here's those foundations, and you see they recessed this whole thing. So they cut the foundation in, they concreted all around it, and then the equipment probably went on top of here. Not probably, it did. So material came down from both mines and went in and was crushed, and what you wind up with is, you know, crushed rock that they then trucked out right there. So that's the gist of the whole operation. And yeah, this was a pretty large operation. I don't know why they call it a prospect. Maybe it was when it was first discovered and the name stuck, but this is one of the bigger operations I've seen, and I haven't seen the whole valley in here yet, the whole canyon, but I'm guessing it's probably one of the largest operations in here, and don't hold me to that, I'll try to confirm, but they spent a fortune in here. And again, you have 1/20th of this hillside that they've touched. Most of it is still here.